Hi guys. Okay, so this is the random facts tag that really isn't that specific. It's just supposed to be 20 random facts, but I am doing 17 because it is 2017. And yeah, that's my only reason for doing 17. So, I don't know. These are just seriously random, weird things about me that have nothing to do with this channel, nothing to do with me really even, but I just thought they would be fun to put out there. And oh, my poor cat wants to come in here. She's meowing and she can't get in. But okay, my toes are always moving. Like even right now, I'm wiggling them. It's just the weirdest thing. I don't know, like people can tell that I've fallen asleep if my toes aren't wiggling anymore. My mom will sometimes just look over at me and be like, I don't know, she'll just say something about it. My kid can't stand it when my toes are moving, but yeah, they're like, it's just an anxiety, nervous energy thing, and they're always constantly like wiggling, especially like my big toe. So that's just one weird thing. I move my fingers all the time, but I don't just move my fingers like I move my toes. I move my fingers like I'm writing, and not only writing like, you know, A-M-Y, although that's backwards too, but I'm writing in cursive. And so I'm like sitting there and I'm going like this, or I'm going like this, like with this finger. It's either one of these two fingers. And, you know, so I'm just like, I'll be sitting there and watching a movie or something, and I'm like going like this, and I don't know, it's the weirdest thing. I don't know why I do it. 3 things I hate. I hate tomatoes, but only raw. I love, love, love cooked tomatoes. I just can't stand them raw. They literally, and I hate when people say literally too often because they literally don't mean it, but tomatoes literally make me gag. As gross as that is, I can't, they get my gag reflex and I can't eat them. I'll ask for them not to be put on like my veggie burgers or whatever, and even if they're put on, I have to ask for it to be remade because if there's a seed or if there's just remaining flavor, I don't know, then it does the same thing to me. I don't know why, but when they're cooked, I can eat them. I hate being tickled, which I'm sure most people hate being tickled, but I despise it. Like, I could kill a person. And not intentionally, of course, not intentionally, but I could kill a person. One time in college, I was being tickled by my boyfriend who knew better because I had warned him exactly how I am about it, but he just didn't seem to hear and he wanted to tickle me anyway, and I just pushed him away so hard. I snapped his neck. His neck was messed up for like quite a while afterwards. So yeah, just if you ever meet me, don't tickle me. And I hate washing my hair. I don't know why. I just think it's like, I don't mind showering. I love taking baths. But washing my hair, I think it's because of everything that I have to do afterward. I have to dry it and then curl it and then get my fingers stuck in it. But yeah, I can't stand washing my hair. So I don't really have a reason why for that. But yeah. Okay. I named my cat what I would have named my second daughter if I were to have a second daughter, which I am not going to have any more kids. So that's why my cat is named Ivy. And speaking of her, a strange thing about me is that I will bury my face in her neck or her chest or her head and just sit there and sniff because she smells so good. I don't give her baths, I just let her clean herself, but I just think she smells so good that I just absolutely, I don't know, I could just sit and smell my cat all day long. So, something totally random is about me and my sister. When we were little, we wanted to make sure that everything was even between us. So we would even out, and I don't know, I think I usually had more money, but I didn't care. I just wanted it to be even, and so did she. So we evened out our money. So I could have like $13 and she could have had 3 cents, and I still would have given her the difference so that we would have had an even amount of money. I don't know. I wish we still did that now because I know she has more money than I do. Oh, this is another thing that has to do with like how my toes are, that I used to turn red at everything. In high school or whatever, middle school, you couldn't walk past me in the hallway without and say hi without me turning red and getting embarrassed. It was the weirdest thing. Like, I was, well, especially middle school, I was like popular and had friends, and not that I didn't have friends in high school, but things just were different then. I had a different group of friends. And I don't know. I don't know what it was. I just turned red at everything, and it wasn't until I got on medicine that changed. So, yeah. Fun fact. I used to leave my Nintendo on 24/7, but this was my Super Nintendo, and I did it when I lived in Colorado when I was 23 years old. So we would turn the TV off, or we would turn the input to something different, and we would watch TV, watch a movie, but my Nintendo would always be turned on, like hidden in the back of the TV, and I would just play for hours and hours and hours until I could get, like, I remember jumping across fire, like lava pits, and I don't know, I would just play Super Mario 3, I think. I think that's what it was, 2 or 3. And I would just play that, and this lasted for like 6 months at least. It was ridiculous. In the vein of doing things over and over again in college, I'm going to date myself right now. This was before DVD players, so we would watch movies. This was actually my then boyfriend and I, but I would do it myself all the time. And the VCR, it had a setting where when it got to the end of the movie, it would rewind and start playing all over again. And I remember watching Dazed and Confused over and over and over and over and over so many times. It was just ridiculous. And yeah, that's basically what we did. We just watched the same movie over and over and just sat around and talked and watched the movie. So, oh, and now I will put my music on repeat. Like, I find a song that I like, oh, that shit's gonna be playing constantly. Right now, I actually have Taylor Swift, Don't Blame Me, in my head because it's been playing over and over. I had to go drop my daughter off at a friend's house for a sleepover tonight, and I got to play whatever I wanted on the way home, and that's what I played. So, anyway, okay, what else do I have here? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I wish that there was an air freshener, I guess, that smelled like Red Bull. Because I love the smell of Red Bull as much as I love the smell of my cat. I don't wish there was an air freshener for my cat. That would be a little too weird. But, yeah, I love Red Bull so much. I love the smell of it, especially like the second day when you haven't finished it and it's just been sitting out and it just, oh, it smells so good. I don't know, I might be like the only person in the world, but I even went online looking to see if there was a Red Bull air freshener, and alas, there was not, but I don't know. Maybe I can find somebody to make one somehow. I don't know. Or some sort of room spray that's Red Bull. I'm not sure. This is one I was starting to have problems coming up with things that were random about myself. And I don't think this is the most random thing, but I still think it's a good fun fact that I ask questions about everything. Even if I don't care about it. Like, even if it's, like, say it's about sports, which most of the time it is. My fiance loves sports, and, I mean, they're basically his life, and I'll ask a question. He said, I don't know, something they said on TV, it was just yesterday, and, okay, I have to push this little button here to get rid of my alarm. He said something about sports, and so I asked what it was, and so he was just like, see, you like to ask questions about things, and you want to know everything about everything, even if it's something that you're not interested in, which, I don't know, I thought that was pretty cool that he saw that in me, but, alright, 5 things left. Speaking of my fiance, his name is Mike, and we didn't date until 5 years after we met. We met, I had a boyfriend, it was at B-Dubs, I was working there, and I was off for the night, and my boyfriend wasn't there, he must have been working or something too, but I was hanging out at B-Dubs, and Mike was there because a lot of his friends worked there and hung out there, so I just sat and talked to him for most of the night, and I don't know, it turns out we kind of kept track of each other over Facebook, or like through Facebook over, you know, the next few years or whatever. He got married and then divorced, and I had, you know, a 4-year-long relationship. But yeah, it took 5 years for us. Like, we had an initial spark. There was like an interest, but there was nothing that was going to happen because I had a boyfriend. And that's what I was committed to, and I wasn't even thinking of anything else. So, yeah, 5 years later, we broke up, and we started talking through Facebook Messenger, and he asked me to go out to B-Dubs, and I did, and we had our first date, I guess, with some of his friends. And now we've been together 2.5 years. So, right now I'm sitting in a room that is 70 degrees, and I'm surrounded by lights and just stuff, and this is one of the rooms that gets the warmest the quickest in the house, and I'm freezing. I'm always cold. I don't know why. I shouldn't be, but I am. Okay. Another totally random thing is things, I suppose. I really like crystals, astrology, the Chinese zodiac. I cleanse things with Palo Santo and sage. I love the moon. The moon affects me so much. It's not even funny. Like, so many phases and things in my life and things that happen, I know are affected by the moon. And, I mean, our bodies are so much, like, they're made up of water, basically. So, the moon does affect us like it affects the tides and everything else. And so I truly believe that the moon, I don't know, has a huge effect on my life. But I have a rock salt lamp. I just like all that I don't know, hippy dippy stuff or whatever. My mom has always said this, like ever since I was in high school. She's always said that if she had been born a couple generations earlier, or like, you know, 1.5 generations earlier, that she would have had a hippie for a daughter. So, and it's probably true, as you can see by my flower crown right behind me. Although it came from Tarte, but still. Alright, only have 2 left here. I have had 3 last names, and I'm going to have a 4th one. Yes, it makes life very confusing sometimes, but yeah, I had the name I was born with, then I changed my name to my stepdad's name. I legally did that. Then I got married, and now I've gone back to my stepdad's name, and then I will get married again, and I will have Mike's last name. So that's a lot of last names, which leads to an 18th fact, because we'll just do a bonus one because it's almost 2018, so why not? I am a published author, and I have a pen name. So things are really confusing because I have Eden Tyler is the name that I use for Twitter and YouTube, and that's what people know me as. But then I also have Amy Catherine on there because, like, on the accounts, so that people know that I'm also Amy Catherine. And then it was really funny because I was commenting on, I always talk back and forth through this one YouTuber, just through comments on her videos, and it was through this channel. And so I had to say, hey, it's Eden, you know, / Amy, and now I'm on this channel doing this. So yeah, so I have my 3, almost 4 last names, but I go by Amy Catherine. My Facebook is Amy Catherine. And then I have Eden Tyler, and I also have Bear Bohemian. So I guess I just really like to confuse people. But that is it. Those are my 17/18 random facts. I hope you enjoyed them and learned something interesting, and I will have a makeup video up in 2 days. I've been posting like every other day, it seems like, so I will stick with that schedule, and thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Bye.